I live out of my car full time. Y'all, I had to roll my windows down because my iPhone is getting so hot. See my house? It's a mess. Probably dog hair in it because I had that boy's dog in my bed. Puddles. I love puddles. It's getting so hot that my iPhone will not cut on. It says that it's too hot. It just tells me it's too hot and it refuses to cut on. When that happens, I don't have GPS. I don't have any way to get where I need to be. I'm like stranded, essentially. I mean, I am. Something's going on with my truck battery. I tried to cut it on and turn it over and it wouldn't cut on. I unplugged my lighter thing and all of my electrical stuff, and I'm going to give it a minute to see if it'll like recharge itself and crank back up. I've had this happen before when I've had too many electronics plugged up. The issue is that it's so hot, I actually need my fan. I have multiple fans, but this is the one that I use because it's portable and it's rechargeable. So I try to be conscientious about the battery, you know. I have a battery bank that I can charge a lot of stuff with. I can't even roll my windows up now because my battery's dead. Jesus. I don't like being exposed like this. See if my phone will cut on. So I just looked at my bank account. I actually have more money than I thought I did, but it's not like it's going to make a huge difference, you know. $40, $50 doesn't mean shit when one small accident on the road could completely total loss my vehicle, you know. I don't feel like a lot of people are able to put themselves in my shoes and think about the fact that this is like my home. This is my home on wheels. It's all I have. It's like, just imagine driving your house around, how protective you would feel or how stressed that would make you feel if you were driving around essentially everything and anything you own. How stressful that is. And one wrong move, one bad car accident, you know, somebody breaking my car and steal all my shit. Like, there's nothing to steal. I don't keep anything of value in here anymore. But like, you know, it's stressful being out on the roads, and so I try to stay off the roads. But I'm headed somewhere for a new job. I gotta find some work. Have to. My phone's not cutting on. Oh, it did cut on. My car's not cranking. Shit just be going bad to worse. And this is God telling me, like, you knew better. This is my punishment. I get so much karma. It is unbelievable. The karma gods be paying me karma. Let me just tell you. Trust and believe. So I guess I'm going to spend $80 on calling a tow truck out here. Again, if I can even find one for that cheap. I don't know what the prices are for a tow truck service or whatever out here. Like, I've needed a new battery, but I haven't had the $200 for a new battery. Every time I get a job and I make some money, yeah, my phone died. Like, my phone battery, my car battery, my car's not starting. I think it's because I had my phone plugged up, so I unplugged that, and I'm hoping that it'll crank in a few minutes. But my windows are nothing, electric's working. So my lights, my light turned on back there. But my phone, it's getting so hot out here that my phone just shuts down. The screen goes black, and it says, it has like a little temperature gauge on it, and it'll say emergency, too hot, and it'll say waiting for phone to cool off. Like, it's so hot out here, my phone does not work. I have this happen when I'm on the interstate all the time, and that sucks. Now it just cut back on, thank God. But like, I don't even think it's that hot here. It is only 79 degrees here, and my phone is acting up from the heat. So just imagine what it does when it's, 105 like it was in Raleigh this past week. It is significantly cooler in this part of Virginia, which was another reason that I wanted to come up here. If I could find a job in like the Richmond area or maybe Springfield. So here's the thing. I have the option of AAA in this vehicle because it is a new truck. The issue is it is over $80 a month. And when I first got this vehicle, it was only $40 a month. And I paid that for about a year. But then it got to the point to where I felt like I was wasting money on subscriptions, and there was a point in time that I got rid of a lot of subscriptions, and it was one of them because I never used it. I never had needed it. This past year, though, with me living out of it, I've had more issues than almost any other vehicle I've ever owned. It seems like every other day I'm going through an issue with this vehicle, and it's small stuff. Like my door just come off the hinges the other day. Now it's weird. Now it's just like off the hinges half-ass now. My mirror thing broke last week before last. So now I don't have a light up here anymore. Like, it's just like things are starting to break. And I know that a lot of it's going to be wear and tear from owning this vehicle for almost 3 years now. But a lot of it, like the AC, like I shouldn't be having these problems. And why is this not covered under my warranty? And my extended warranty, because I bought an extended warranty, gap insurance. I went all out. And I did have that. I really don't make enough money right now to take on that $80 bill. I mean, I really don't. And that sucks because that's like a necessity. That's something that I should have as a preventative to ensure that I'm never stranded anywhere. I absolutely agree. My bills are truck, insurance, cell phone, medication, storage shed. That's pretty much it. And I'm struggling paying those little bills, $1,500, you know? I mean, my biggest expense is gas and food. Absolutely. My living expenses outweighs my bills. And that sucks. And they just cut my food stamps and Medicaid off. So I no longer have food stamps and Medicaid because I worked at a restaurant for 1 month back in January, February of this year. So the restaurant that tried to pimp me out, yeah, they told social services that I was working for them. So they cut my stamps off. Cut everything off. First time in my life I've ever needed it. And it actually helped me tremendously. Pretty much all of my food came from those food stamps. So don't be surprised when I'm skinny as shit in 3 months. Just remember I said they cut my food stamps off. So, because I don't spend money on food very often. I don't have money to spend on food. All of my money goes to my bills. And, that's what sets me off about working for these large clubs. I busted my ass for 3 weeks straight, being reliable, sun up to sundown, working for this fucking club, and made well over $5,000, but didn't get anywhere close to that. My cut was like $1,200, $1,500 out of $5,000. I made $1,500 in 1 day and only got to keep $400 of that $1,500. $400 out of $1,500. That was my cut. And a lot of naive girls that go into these clubs, these baby strippers, they're going to be okay with this because they don't understand the magnitude of what's actually happening. But old school girl, I can't stand for that. You are not robbing me in my fucking face. I'll be damned. And then ask me for a tip? No. No. I'll go find me a little hole in the wall somewhere up in West Virginia in the fucking mountains where it's 30 degrees cooler and the people are nicer and they're not, the managers and owners of clubs up here are not scammy and, they don't seek to scam customers. Like, this place was so fucking predatory. The club that I was working at in Raleigh, Cheetah Club of Raleigh, it is so predatory, you guys. Like, I feel bad for anyone that is under the age of 40 that walks into these establishments because it's so easy for these girls to take control of your wallet. Like, they are that fucking good. Getting tested daily, dude. What's getting tested? Yeah, no, the club. Yeah, they do. Oh, getting tested, like I'm getting tested daily. You're absolutely right, either that or karma. This is either payback for the way that I treated my parents growing up. And I mean, I know they beat the hell out of me and they were wrong to me, but that doesn't mean that I had the right to be a bad kid. Like, I do wonder that a lot. I'm like, is this karma for everything that I did to my family? Because it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm not a bad person. I don't do fucked up shit. I don't scheme on people. I'm not grimy. I don't understand why life comes at me like this. And I've literally had so many people look at me and say, Brooke, what the fuck? Like, your life is fucking insane. Like, you could literally hang out with me for a week and the shit that happens is not even my fault. It's not even my fault. What are the chances that I get hired at a restaurant that's an escort service? What are the chances? That's not too fucking common. I think that it's going to become more common with the culture, with the way that things are now, with sex work being what it is. But that's not common. There was a reason that God put me in that restaurant. And that's not the first time that I've experienced that. I worked for a club in Jacksonville where they tried to coerce me to sell my body in VIP, and when I refused, they fired me, and I got the whole thing on camera. They also said because I wouldn't buy drugs from the bouncers that they had to cut me loose. So since I wouldn't prostitute and buy drugs, the club fired me. And they stated that, yes, that's why they were firing me. Now, that's to be expected. I mean, that's not shocking in a strip club. But it's still fucked up. I just want to find a good hole-in-the-wall club that I can work at. And, you know, if I have to sell dances for $30 a dance, at least I, you know, get to keep my money, you know. And some of those little smaller clubs, like the little hole-in-the-wall clubs, sometimes you'll make more money there because the club's not taking all of your money. God, I hope so, because I'm sick of struggling. And I feel like I give people opportunity and chance after chance after chance, and they do the same shit. They do the same shit. You know, I've never had anybody in my life come to me from a position of compassion and understanding and empathy. It's just like fake. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like surface level. All of the relationships that people want with me nowadays are surface level relationships. I don't want that. I want safety and security. You know what's hot? Stability. A schedule. Regular fucking income. That shit's hot. I still have people that like think that, I don't know, that I'll be bamboozled by gifts and these, you know, promises. And listen, I was literally in the hands of a grown man for 17 years that made me tons of promises, none of which were kept. My life did not prosper from that relationship. I did no growth. I didn't learn shit. And then, you know, my ex, who I actually dated for, I don't know, 6 to 8 years, same situation. Same situation. I didn't grow. I didn't do anything positive. There was so many times that I could have opened my own business, or I could have, you know, did so much. But none of that happened. They won't allow that to happen. Some people don't want you to grow. They would rather you sit and be miserable and part of their story than you have your own story. Yeah, they do. That's what I'm saying. And I know it's sex. I know that he wants to have sex with me. Like, I'm not naive. And, you know, I don't know. I just, I'm not who I was when he met me in 2016. I don't know what to say to him. I mean, I pretty much told him, like, I'm celibate. I don't know what you were expecting. Like, I've been perfectly open and honest about this. I am not giving my body to anybody else who I know for a fact does not have my best interest at heart. Period. Period. If you want it, you're going to have to prove. Prove it, honey. Prove it. That's what courting is for. That's why courting is important. Yeah, as we get hotter, responsibilities become hotter. Absolutely. I don't know, you know, and here's another thing that I just said to him a while ago. I said, did you not think that maybe I was exhausted? Like, I got here Sunday night, and it was immediately Monday morning putting my ass to work. Like, did you not think that I was exhausted from being out in the fucking heat? Like, one of the main reasons I came up here was in hopes of you helping me fix my AC, seeing you, spending time with the family for the 4th. Did you not think I was exhausted? Fuck no. It makes things worse. And here's the thing. And I remember how it used to make me feel. It used to make me feel dirty and bad and horrible because I knew that he was not emotionally invested. You know what I mean? Like, Like, he was there financially. You know, he gave me all the money I needed for dope. There was never any money to go towards education or building a business for myself or building a life. It was always money for dope or clothes or purses or dinners or, you know, trips or, you know, like, I'm just so over that. I can do that shit for myself. I live that on a daily basis. Like, I mean, I'm not out here buying myself shit, but you know what I mean? I see a lot of cool shit. I go to a lot of cool places. Like, I don't know, man. I just wanted something more. I wanted understanding. I wanted clear communication. I wanted clear, written in stone agreements. You can't build a relationship with somebody that's not building a relationship with you. Like, it's teamwork. Y'all have to discuss things, make plans together, you know? And it was never like that with my ex. You know, he always made plans, you know, for him and me. And, you know, he made plans to move up here to Virginia and buy this land and put this house out here. And I have no doubt that that included me. But I've been doing my thing since I got clean because I wanted to see what life has to offer. And it just so happens that not everybody will gaslight you. It just so happens not everybody is a liar. It just so happens not everybody is going to be two-faced and talk to your abuser behind your back. I don't know. Some people never learn. I saw this lady the other day that was talking about how some narcissists play the victim by, hypothetically, like I left today. He said what he said. I was upset that I was stuck in a bush, hurting with blackberry thorns in my back, screaming for him at the top of my damn lungs, like, I know the motherfucker can hear me. It's a trailer. Get out here and get these thorns out my back, please. Love you, thanks. So he got snappy with me, and I just left. Back in the day, I would have stayed and argued and tried to hash it out, and I'm so above that. Like, it's just not even worth it. Like, here's my thing. If you can't see the principle, which is that I shouldn't even have been out there running heavy equipment by myself, cleaning your fucking land for free. If you can't see the principle, there's nothing left to talk about. There's no hashing it out because you're not even seeing the principle. It's so stupid. It really is. It's really stupid. But what really didn't surprise me was the gaslighting, the text messages, and I mean, that's what they do. They're not able to talk about anything in front, like, in your face. They have to text you after you leave the situation to hash it out because that's real mature. When I was just in your face trying to talk about it, you know, and I don't know. Don't let anybody gaslight you. If you got a gut intuition, use that shit. Like, it's there for a reason. If you have a feeling, that's your conscience telling you something's wrong. If you get sick when you get around certain people, or you get anxiety, or you know, you get nervous, or, you know, like, I get heart palpitations around some people. They upset me that bad. If you get like that, you ain't got to get like that. That's your body telling you to get the fuck out of that situation. That's your body telling you in your brain, saying, hey, we know this ain't good. We know these people ain't good. We know we're in a dangerous situation. Let's get the fuck out of here. I mean, he's not crazy. He's not going to kill me. Well, I don't know. But, like, you know, I don't know. If anything ever happens to me, I didn't do it. Let me just be perfectly clear. I have no thoughts of suicide, self-harm. None of that. Yeah, it's very surprising that a lot of people don't have an inner monologue. I wonder what that goes on in there. Is it just crickets? Is it just crickets inside their brain? Like, is it crickets? Somebody tell me, people that don't have an inner monologue, tell me what you hear on the inside. Like, how does your conscience work if you don't hear it? Yeah, I know, Viva texts or, like, phone calls. I'm not doing that. Like, it's so stupid. I would rather talk about it in the moment, get it out of the way. Like, I was really hoping that he was going to come out to the bush and say, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? That didn't fucking happen. Like, I'm literally out here busting my ass in the heat to clean your land, running heavy equipment. It's a billy goat, like, bush hog thing. That thing's heavy, okay? You can die. Right, which is wild, right? I got muscles though. I wanted to do it. That's the thing. I wanted to do it. Here's what I'm saying though. When I'm tired, I've been in the heat. Like, I'm literally sunburnt from being out here so much, you know? I just wanted a day or two to fucking relax, watch, get caught up on Your Honor, watch both seasons actually. I wanted to watch both seasons, but I could have killed it in 24 hours. But like, I was already halfway through it, so I just needed to finish season 2. Your Honor is a really good show. Great show, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Your Honor. So, you know, like, I just wanted to relax a little bit. Like, you know, I'd already told him that I was having health issues. And he's the one that told me that it might be my kidney and liver. Shutting down because of how dehydrated I am sitting out here in the heat all the time. You know, and when I work in the club, that's great. That gets me out of the heat some. But then when I get off of work at 7 o'clock at night, it's still 95 degrees outside. I'm not joking. I got screenshots to prove it, where I'd be laying there at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd be like, God damn, it's still 89 degrees at 3 a.m. Screenshot. But it says, feels like 95, you know? Like, that's bad. That's hot. That's miserable. I don't remember a summer like this in my entire life. Ever. I do not ever remember a summer like this. The weather in Raleigh is a whole different weather too. I would much rather be in Jacksonville in the heat down in Florida than in Raleigh. Something is going on in Raleigh, y'all. It is weird as shit. It's hot. It's so much hotter. It's a sticky, slimy, humid hot in Raleigh. And it's so hard to breathe. You can't fall asleep in that mess. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I just wanted to relax, and you would think that after everything I've been through, if you really cared about me, you would have just let me fucking relax. Look at my laundry piled up in the front seat. Like, y'all know, my house is usually organized for the most part. It's not nasty. I ain't never talked to y'all and had this kind of fucking laundry in this place. Ever. I've never talked to y'all and it been this nasty. I'm pissed. I'm pissed at myself for just going along with it and saying, yeah, I'll do your yard. Like, what was I thinking? I'm literally steps away from death, from dehydration. I haven't been eating on a regular schedule. I haven't been sleeping on a regular schedule. And I just agreed to fucking bush hog this motherfucker's entire property. What is wrong with me? Dude, my AC unit is working overtime right now. Yeah, everybody's is. We've had, at both the clubs that I worked at in the past month, both of them had AC units that went out. If you were doing HVAC right now, ain't that heating and air, you're making a fucking killing. There's no way that you're not. When I lived in that $1 million house, the one, there's a short, you can go see it, the huge house, there's a whole upstairs area that had its own kitchen, and it had 3 or 4 rooms up there, like including the kitchen, it'd be 3, but if you separate the kitchen, it would make it 4. So anyways, and then there's 3 bedrooms downstairs, 2 or 3 downstairs. So anyways, there was 2 units, and the top AC all the time was broke in our house. And this was just COVID, during COVID. And that's when I really started noticing the heat, because that was around the time that I got clean, right after COVID. And it's like, when you're on drugs, your sensory, like hot and cold, you really don't feel anything half the time, okay? And if I'm just being honest. So when I got clean, the heat started affecting me. And yeah, it's not good. A lot of people are struggling through this heat. I really think about the homeless people and the people that are stuck out here walking to work, people that don't have transportation, that have to commute by foot, bicycle, skateboard, scooter, whatever. That's who I worry about. There's, close to 1,500 deaths in Phoenix, Arizona every year from heat exhaustion. They have the highest body count as far as the state in heat exhaustion. It's a real thing, and I don't think that people pay attention a lot to what they're drinking, but it's very important to stay hydrated out here, y'all. Gatorade, sugar-free. I recommend sugar-free. Everything sugar-free. Yeah, so it isn't still, hold on. Yeah, isn't it still hot as hell in Texas, like 100 something? Yeah, it's been over 100 here, heat index. Well, Raleigh. I'm in Virginia now. I was in North Carolina earlier in the week. And it was in the upper 90s. It got up to 101 one day with the heat index 110. And I wish I would have took a picture of that. was wondering if I had some screenshots in here from when I was laying in bed the other night, texting my ex. I was like, look how fucking hot it is at 1 a.m. This is what my phone says when it starts to crash. It'll be so hot outside that my phone won't even work. This is what comes up, and it said it won't let me go into my phone at all. And that sucks. That really sucks when you're going down the road to a destination and you have GPS, and then all of a sudden God's like, girl, no you ain't, no you ain't. You about to be stranded. Here's one day, when was this? What time? This was at night. This was a Wednesday night at 8:15 p.m. It was, you see where it says feels like at the bottom? Feels like 96. Now that was 8:15 at night. I didn't get any rest this night. And you know what? I think that was the night that I actually got a hotel. I got a hotel like a week ago. I spent $100 on a hotel, and that kills me, you guys. I hate spending money like that because it's a waste. I have a home, you know, like I have a home. That's what I pay this truck payment for, and my insurance, you know. I carry full coverage and I take care of my shit. I try. So this was Saturday. Oh, no. Here it is. I did take a picture. This was one day. This was Sunday at 11 a.m. It was already 90 degrees with a heat index of 101. Sunday morning. That was, I want to say that was the day that I came up here. That was the day I came up here. Yeah, it was, because the high, I always pay attention to what the low is. If the low is in the 70s or 80s, I know I'm not going to be able to sleep. If the low falls below, like, if the low falls into like 68, 69, I'll be able to sleep. It just might be for like 3 or 4 hours. You know, I got lucky the other night. It was like 90 degrees. I'm on Wi-Fi. What is the problem? I swear to God, these days when I get some money in my pocket, I'm going to buy me wireless, portable freaking internet. I'm so sick of never having service. I got multiple phones and none of them work, ever. Colorado. I bet the weather's nice out there this time. Well, I don't know. Does it get hot out there? Let's Google it and see. I don't even know. I know the winters are cold and that you guys get a lot of snow. I've been to Colorado. I went to Denver. I really had a good time, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't know that the city was so far from the airport, though. When you fly into Denver International Airport, which is a creepy ass airport, by the way, when you fly in there, the city is miles and miles away. Like, you're not flying into the city. You're gonna have to commute into Denver from Denver International. So I didn't know this, but I had I think like a 3 or 4 hour layover, and that was like one of the first times I ever got an Uber. This would have been like 2010, 2011, 2012-ish, maybe like 2012-ish. Anyways, I flew to Denver and then to California to take a look at the porn industry. I'd started stripping again when I got out of prison. It was the only job I could find because at that point I was a felon and nobody was giving me a chance. And I was desperate to make money. I wanted to open my own business. I've always wanted to open my own business. I've always had goals of doing something. I don't know what. If I can make it past surviving in survival mode, then I would like to do something with my life. And it's 72 there. Y'all are so lucky. Colorado is 72 right now. I'm jealous. That's perfect weather. The low is going to be 56 tonight. I would sleep somewhere on a mountain. Like, I so would. But I flew out there. I didn't realize that the Denver International was so far. I went downtown, had a little smoke, and enjoyed myself, and came back and took my flight to California. That was a rough trip. It was probably one of the worst trips of my life. I learned so much during that trip. I was really naive, flying across the country by myself to visit essentially traffickers. I mean, how do I feel about porn? I think that porn is bad, and I think that the porn industry is bad, and I think a lot of women that get involved with porn are women who have been through a lot, men too. And I think that the women that I met when I was in California, the majority of them are good women, and I think they were just trying to make a life for themselves in survival mode, you know. I don't judge them for what they do. I never have judged anybody for what they do. If anything, I judge you for what you get paid, but that's about it, you know, like, but yeah, I don't judge you for what you do because I understand, and I've been there. But I was very interested in making money. That was the motive behind going. It wasn't that I wanted to show my body. It wasn't that I was even comfortable with doing that, honestly. And I don't know what kind of drugs I would have had to have done to deal with that, but I'm glad that I didn't take it any further. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. You know, I've been in sex work for, I don't know, 17, 18 years, and it never gets easier. You always think that you're going to make enough money to actually do something with, and you have all of these dreams of, you know, getting quick cash, but the truth is it's not really a lot of cash. I mean, you're essentially making minimum wage. I mean, essentially. Like, you do have good nights where you'll make $300-400, but that's only once every 2 weeks or once a week, or, you know, you might make $100 a day, or you just never know. You have to be there. And that's another thing. You waste a lot of time sitting in these places, time that could be actually spent making a paycheck. So it has its ups and downs. It's changed a lot since I started dancing. I miss the old days. It was easier. You know, God, man, it used to be so much fun. Man, Mondays, I would go into work at Charlotte at the Gentleman's Club. I would drive into Charlotte from the mountains, and I would be ready by 12, be out on the floor. I'd eat me some lunch. Then I'd have customers that started showing up. This was pre-COVID. I started working there in like 2017 or ish or something, and 2018 maybe. I think it was like 2014. Y'all, I don't even know. I used to club hop like nobody's tomorrow. But anyways, I was working there full time, but I would go in, I'd get ready, I'd eat my lunch, and then I would have customers showing up by 12:30. And it would be customer after customer after customer after customer getting dances on a Monday from 12 lunchtime to 6 p.m. Drinking, enjoying ourselves, stepping outside to smoke. Like, it was fun. It was fun back then. Now it's not fun. Now it's a fucking job. Now it's a headache. Now it's a thorn in my side. I absolutely hate it. There's no more fun to it anymore. I want to be in the bed. I'm tired. Period. I don't want to be on stage. I want to be in the bed, you know? But it's a job now, and it's nothing like the old days. There's no loyalty in clubs anymore. It's all about sex. And like, that's the hard part, is finding a good club where they're not going to expect you to sell your body. Because there's a lot of clubs, they've switched to that. $73 in Springs right now. Is that like Hot Springs? What is that called? I know what you're talking about. Colorado Springs. Duh, bro. What's funny is like geography is probably one of my best areas, and I'm horrible at it. So I'm not good at, you get it? Like, it's like one of the things I actually know a little bit about is like the states, where the states are, and like the capitals of the states, and like the continents, and, you know, different countries and stuff. I'm actually pretty decent with that, but sometimes I get super mixed up. And I just figured out the other day that Vancouver is in Washington. Right? Vancouver, that's in Washington. Is Vancouver in Washington? I don't know. My phone's not acting right. Yeah, I think Vancouver is in Washington, and I thought Vancouver was in Canada. I don't know why I thought that. Let me just double check, because I'm probably wrong. But yeah, I'm still learning things, you know. Unfortunately, I didn't have the best education. I'm doing the best I can with what I've been given. I did graduate, and I even went to college. But I had learning disabilities growing up. I really think I'm dyslexic, and I think I'm on the spectrum. I really do. I feel like I am on the spectrum. Like, what makes me feel that way more than anything is the relatability between people that have autism and how night and day they are. You're either wrong or you're right. It's black and it's white. Like, there's no gray area there. It's one extreme to the other. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm that way. And I'm wondering if that's maybe some autism or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm just dumb. Maybe I'm not a fancy, you know, because people with autism are smart. Like, oh, shit. I don't know, but I definitely have some kind of Oh no, it says British Columbia. So it is Canada. So I was right. So is there a Vancouver, Washington though? Oh, there is. There's a Vancouver in Washington State too. Oh, interesting. The more you know. Damn, it's only 8 hours and 14 minutes from here. Oh, that's a flight. Okay. I was like, what? How is that possible? It's all the way on the other side of the freaking, it's all the way over there. How is that possible? It's a flight. So it's right next to Portland. So that's, I thought Portland was in Oregon. Oh, it is. It's right on the line. Okay, so Vancouver is in Washington, but it's right on the Portland line, which is near Newport Beach. Or no, that is Newport, Oregon. There's the same city names in all of these counties. Y'all ever notice that? Oh, thanks, Rudy, Dunn. It's not what it used to be. Man, one of my favorite pastimes is just talking to my customers. Coming in, shooting the shit, being able to walk outside, take a little, hit the weed, go back in, chill. Like, we used to have such a good time. When you can connect with somebody like that and actually have a good time with somebody, it makes the dances so much more enjoyable. It does. It just like, it's like, oh, I connect with this person. I fuck with this person. I could literally like, yeah, I fuck with you. Like, and it just makes it so much more enjoyable. But it's not like that anymore. The guys that come in the clubs now, not all, but a lot of them just don't have the money to spend. And they're off-putting from the moment that you walk up to them and approach them because they know they don't have any money. And, you know, the club that I was working for in Raleigh, they don't play that shit. They are literally a type of club that will kick you the fuck out for not spending no money. Like, they are so pushy, and they expect these guys to spend thousands of dollars automatically walking in the club. They give these tours, you guys. So they give these tours where you come in, you order a beer, and maybe, like, say it's a group of you and, like, 4 friends. They give these tours where they will walk you through the entire club. The first place that they take you is to the cheapest lap dance room, which is nothing but a couch in a little room with a door, and it has a speaker that plays, like, the DJ music. That starts at $200 for 15 minutes. That is the cheapest dance that you can get in this club. This ain't no regular club. Lap dances start at, like, $25, $35, okay? So this ain't no regular club. So it sounds great when you first walk in until you find out that they take all the fucking money. So anyways, I digress. So they have a couch room that has like couch, speaker. Then they have a room across the way that has a huge couch in it with like its own coffee table. It has like a big screen TV in there with your own sound system. That's really what you're paying for, is the one-on-one time to listen to your own music. It comes with complimentary drinks. Like, you're going to be in there talking, dancing. Like, that's really what foot of Luton. I'm scared I'm going to say something wrong. That just looks like it's a bad word. Foot of Luton strip club. Foot of Luton? I wish I could hear you say that. Vibrant highfalutin. I think that's what it is. Highfalutin. Yeah, it is. And, you know, all of these rooms are really not that special, but I've been in them and I've sold these rooms. I've been in the hot tub several times. It's very clean. Nothing extra was asked of me. I wish that I could say that these were low down, dirty, whore strip clubs. I wish I could, but I can't because they're not. And I don't know what other girls do behind closed doors. What I do know is that there are cameras in all of these rooms. Also, nobody asked me to do anything illegal, which was why I stayed for 3 weeks. That's why I was putting honest effort in and trying to give it a good old clean shot, even though I only made money 25% of the time that I sat there. I wasted hours of work that I could have made a paycheck somewhere. So, and the money that I did make would have been enough if I would have gotten to keep it. I didn't, you know, so it sucks. But they have the hot tub rooms. They had 3 of those. They had a master suite hot tub that had a couch, a whole table with snacks, a hot tub. I mean, it had everything in there. They also had another room that had its own stripper pole, like 3 or 4 couches lined up against the wall, multiple TVs. It had a putting golf course, like a green, like a putting green for you to play golf in there while you're coked out of your mind drinking. Cannot make this stuff up. But yeah, they have a putting green for golfers in this master executive suite with multiple couches, flat screen TVs. I mean, it's gorgeous club. Do not get me wrong. It's gorgeous. Top of the line. Top of the line. But it will most definitely only have a handful of girls a year from now. Because the girls that are there now, there's so many of us that I was the only one that was a daily worker, really. I saw a lot of girls come and go. I was consistent. I was there every morning between 10:30 and 11, and I was ready to put on makeup and get out there and get them. And I would stay till about 7 o'clock every day. So I was overworking hours. Like, they only make you work 5 or 6 hours. And every time I would work, I would, when there were people in there, I would be the one that made money. But half the time, there were no people in there. And if there's no customers, you're not going to make any money. Yeah, falutin'. I was just hoping I said it right. Highfalutin'. Yeah, me neither, man. I hate that I'm trapped into these truck payments. Like, I think about moving to, like, I don't know, the beach, moving back to the beach. I lived off of the beach last year, and it was the happiest year of my life. Really, the happiest summer of my life just took place last summer. That's sad. But that's where I'm at. I was happy, living off of canned fish and freaking tacos and beer. I had such a good time. I ran a billiards and a whole pool hall, and I was the only one that worked there, so I didn't have any co-workers, which was amazing. I got to run the business like I wanted to run it and do what I wanted to do with the business, and I miss that. I miss being on the beach and being a bum and waking up and going to Neptune Beach, and I miss that. Oklahoma. That's the West Virginia song. Panama City Beach. Is that Florida? I think it is. I feel like I've driven through there, Panama. Or that might be in the Panhandle, though. Let me figure out where this is. If it's in the Panhandle over there on the left side of the state, I ain't never been over there, and it is. So I've heard of Panama City Beach. I've never been. Oh, that's close to Destin and Pensacola. So I know of the area, but I've stayed on the west coast part of Florida. I've been all over the west coast part of Florida. Probably, I don't know, 2-3 dozen cities. I spent a month in Key West by myself for my birthday year before last. It was the farthest I'd ever driven away. Like, I don't even know how many hours. It's like a 15-hour drive. I split it up in like 3 days. I stopped in multiple beaches. I'd spend like a half a day at this beach and then take off, drive 2 hours, stop at another beach, have dinner, maybe have a couple of drinks, end up staying there, wake up the next morning, drive like an hour while I had my coffee, pull over, find somewhere to brush my teeth, stop at another beach for half of the day. Like, I literally spent a week getting down there and a week getting back and a month or 3 weeks down there. So I had a blast. It was literally one of the best trips I've ever been on. And the Key West, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Now, it's 10 out of 10 freaking expensive, too. However, they do have hostels down there. They have campgrounds. They have RV parks. There's so many other alternatives other than paying $600 a night for a crack hotel. They don't really have crack hotels. But, I mean, they're still $600 doesn't get you a lot in Key West, Florida. But I stayed in my car half the time. I got a hostel. It was my first time ever staying in a hostel. I've never stayed in a hostel before. I mean, obviously the movie was a deterrent, if you saw that in the early 2000s. But I didn't even know it was a hostel. I didn't read the small print. I booked it through Booking. I get there, and she hands me a key, and she's like, "You're going to be on bunk bed number 8. And she slides me the key. And I'm like, "Huh?" And she's like, "Oh, don't worry." She's like, "You going to have the place to yourself till Friday." She said, "Friday morning, though, the boat's going to start coming in." She said, "You'll be kind of shacked up till Sunday morning." She said, "But then they'll leave out again. You'll have the place to yourself." And that's exactly what happened. And, being in a room with a bunch of strangers, shit, I did it in prison with actual criminals, murderers. So I think I'll be fine with these little cute women from somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know. They could have been anywhere from like Indonesia, from the Philippines. I have no idea. They worked on the cruise ships from another country, and they would come in and dock and then leave out. And so it was pretty cool. I mean, it was still expensive. It was $138 a night per stay on a bunk bed. And that's when it got to the point where I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore after like a week or so. And I was like, I'm gonna get back in my car. And it really wasn't that bad. In December, it was cool enough for me to sleep at night and hot enough for me to tan during the day. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. There's a park called Zachary National Forest in Key West. I would highly recommend going into that park. It's like $5 to get in. They have beach chair rentals. It's front beach access. Literally the prettiest part of the Keys is at that park. Myrtle Beach has gotten dirty. I used to go down there and dance, and I was thinking about going to Masters this summer, but I got to looking at it and the reviews online, and it seems like they're not under good management. It seems like the clubs are not doing well in Myrtle Beach. There's a lot of women that have come forward on Google reviews talking about their bad experiences when travel dancing to some of the clubs in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach was never like a thing for me growing up. I've been to Myrtle Beach with my family. Me and my family went to Carolina Beach. My dad had a family condo down there growing up, so we would spend Christmases and Thanksgivings and birthdays down at the coast in Wilmington at Carolina Beach. And that place holds a really special place in my heart, and it always will. I was just down there a couple of months ago. I went for a day trip by myself and stayed overnight and went to the Fat Pelican and the dive bar and the Sand Dollar, and I just went and saw some of my old friends that I used to do karaoke with, and people that I used to work for at Carolina Beach, because I've lived out there before. I moved there for one summer and a winter, so like a little over a half a year I lived out there. They tore the house down. I went to go look at it, and they tore the house down. When I tell y'all I had some of the worst roaches I have ever seen in my life, like the house was infested with roaches. It was a gift shop on the bottom of the house. It was this huge blue 2 or 3 story house. It was huge. And it was a gift shop on the bottom, and then the guy rented out the rooms upstairs. And it was bad. My rent was $250 a month though. $250 a month. In what world can you be mad at that? Like, I mean, I would think that one could only expect roaches for that price nowadays. I have no condos in North Myrtle Beach. They don't? Yeah, I agree with you, Violet Dye. Yeah, so my dad ended up cheating on my mom in that condo. My mom's best friend, Tina. So Tina married Jason. Jason was my first crush. He was probably 25. My parents were probably 10 years older than him. They would hang out as a foursome, not like that. My parents were married, and this couple was married, but they would hang out with my parents, and they would play cards on Friday nights. And, this was the 90s, early 90s. It was a different world back then. We weren't obsessed with technology. There was no movies really to see. We maybe had 3-4 movies a year that came out that were actually good that we wanted to see. There was nowhere to be, nothing to do. You stayed home, you played spades, you played dice, you played Yahtzee. This is what we did. So, you know what? Matter of fact, maybe the first PlayStation was out then, so maybe I'm telling a little lie. I know that we had that gray Nintendo box, so the little gray one with the original Mario and Donkey Kong. But anyways, my parents would play cards with these people, and Tina and my mama worked together at LabCorp. This was before my mother started her law stuff, and they all hung out together, and apparently my dad, Brian, somehow started seeing Tina on the side. I don't know. But ironically, this happened around the same time that my dad started coming into money because of his position with his family. My dad comes from money. He fucked his family over. He was my stepfather to start with, okay? So I'm not entitled to anything. But he fucked his family over with his poor choices. At this time, his family kind of took him back under their wing and said, you can come back and work for the family business, but you need to keep your shit straight. So he come into some money. We're living in a trailer, and my dad goes and purchases a $50,000, $60,000 sports car, brand new Corvette. This was around the time that my mother got this feeling that something was going on in their marriage. Something was bad. He was off. He was distant. He was saying he had to work over here in Warsaw, had to go work in Smithfield, had to go work in Cary. be away from home all the time. And then he started taking these jobs down at the coast, where, ironically, his family owns a condo. My mama got this feeling, and she called Jason, Tina's husband, her best friend's husband. And she said, Jason, where's Tina? And he said, oh, she's at her mama's house up in the mountains. And my mama says, are you sure about that? Because Brian's missing. And I've been having this feeling, and I feel like I'm crazy. Can you come over here and talk to me? And Jason drove over there to my mama to talk to her at our house. Now, me and my brother were not there. This is what my mama told me before she died. But, Jason kept calling Tina something. I don't know if he couldn't get her on the phone. I don't know if she was acting sketchy. I don't know what was going on, but something started leading Jason to believe that something was going on. He had this feeling as well. So my mama said, get in the fucking car. We're going down there. They drove 2.5, 3 hours into Wilmington. And my mama walked up the steps of the condo and knocked on the condo door, and my dad answered the door. And Jason was right behind her, my mother. And my dad told me this. Apparently, my mama didn't say nothing. She punched that son of a bitch right in the mouth, knocked his teeth loose. He later had to go to the dentist for that. She punched him right in the mouth and tried to get in the apartment. She got in a fight with both of them. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know how she didn't go to jail. My mom was a good woman. She worked hard. She behaved. She paid her bills. She was not the type of woman that's going to be out here in the streets fighting over some man. She taught me better than that too, but I don't listen very well. But this was so out of character. And, you know, this is almost a 20-year marriage at this point. It really surprises me that she took him back, but it really doesn't, because I know my mom loved him. I know she did. He put her through a lot of shit, and I'm sure it wasn't easy being with a woman that had 2 kids, one of which was a straight hellion. I was. They was getting calls from the school, the principal, every day. Every day I was in trouble. My parents lost jobs over my behavior from having to come to the school so much. I'm sure it wasn't easy for either one of them, but it didn't give him the right. I mean, the betrayal. The betrayal. Your best friend. Your best friend. I mean, it's just so grimy. Our family was never the same after that. I mean, not that it was good before, you know, but, not that it was good before, but it definitely wasn't the same after that. I never saw that condo again. We never had Christmas at the beach again. We never had birthdays at the beach. We never, you know. My parents, we were poor, but my mother was very good about budgeting money and finding a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. She would always, you know, if we would do a trip to the beach, it might just be for 10 hours. We're going to get up early. We'll make the 2-3 hour drive over there. She's going to pack a lunch so that we don't have to spend any money. The gas is the only thing we're paying for to get there. And then we come back in the evening. My parents balled on a budget. Anytime we would do beach trips, 99% of the time we were camping at the beach. And, you know, for my dad to have his family take him back and allow him to actually start making real money with his skills. And then for him to use that money and do the things that he did should have shown my mother his character. We were living in poverty in a 25-year-old trailer, and this man goes and buys a sports car with his first paycheck of real money instead of buying his family a home or helping his kids pay for college, because he has 2 kids from a previous marriage. I have 2 twin brothers, you know, and he was never there for them. He was never there for any of us. And I know my mom had to have loved him, and I know she thinks she was doing the right thing, and I don't fault her for that. But ultimately, he would cause a lot of problems in my life, you know, and end up abusing me in pretty much every way possible. And I ran away from home because of it. And I told my mother, and it killed me, y'all. It killed me, and I regret telling her. I wish I would have never told her now. I told her that what he done to me, that he had come into my bedroom, and it killed me to tell her, and I wish I would have never told her now. It's one of my biggest regrets in life, because she didn't need to know that. Because she stayed with him anyway, so it didn't make a difference. But I wish that I would have just not put that on her before she died. I regret that. Yeah, the beaches in North Carolina are okay. We have like this like gray sandy sand. It's got like It's not, well, you've been to Florida, so you know, it's not like, well, I don't know, the Panhandle might be different. I think that the Panhandle has more like gray, murky water, right? I know South Florida is like, you can see through the water. It's like crystal clear. Even Jacksonville, on the beaches over at Hanna Park, you can see through the water. It's gorgeous, like white sandy beaches. Like North Carolina's not like that. It's murky. It's dirty. The beaches are dirty, especially like Myrtle Beach. You're not catching me in that water. It is not happening. Thank you, Murph. It's like blue, clear, white sand. See, yeah, that's what I like. I mean, at least it makes you feel like it's clean. Because it looks clean, so you think it's clean, you know? Yeah, the North Carolina water is kind of murky and dirty. And they had some shark attacks recently. Y'all see that? There was like multiple people attacked in one day on a beach. That was wild. They just went crazy. All the sharks were attacking people on kayaks, and I'm like, what is going on? Is this the aliens fighting back? There were people out in the ocean paddleboarding, and the sharks were just coming up and ramming their faces into the paddle boards, trying to knock the people off the boards. The sharks went wild, and then they had like all of these shark attacks in 1 week. Multiple people were bit. That's why I don't get in the ocean, folks. I'm scared. I'll admit it, I'm scared. I can't see what's under my feet. Yeah, deep water trips me out too. That's what I'm saying. I need to be able to see what's going on down there. I just need to glance at it. I don't really, you know what I mean? I just want to see my toes. I just need to see my toes. Yeah, I haven't been to the beach all summer, I don't think. Well, I did go, I think I went back in January or February. I went somewhere, I can't remember. I will say that going through a lot of the things that I've been through, my memory is shit, y'all. I can't remember nothing anymore. Yeah, Wilmington's cool. Carolina Beach is cool. There used to be this place called the Drifters Reef down there. It's a huge place now. It used to look like a crack hotel. They redid it. It looks nice now. Like, I love staying there now. It's super expensive, like $200 a night expensive. And it's a super small room with like old, outdated features and fixtures, you know. And it's like a step back in the 70s. But they built this little bar called the Pirates Drift. And it's pretty cool. It's right there in the front parking lot of the Drifters Reef. And you ain't got to go nowhere. They got cornhole. They got all kinds of little competitions they be doing over there with all these drunk people in from out of town. It's literally like 2 blocks away from the beach. That's why I love Carolina Beach, because of how small it is and how, like, everybody knows everybody. You can literally rent a condo there, and by the end of the, show up on Friday, rent a condo. By the end of the weekend, you know everybody in the whole complex, because everybody's been out on the beach getting to know each other. Like, Wilmington is that type of place where you can go, Carolina Beach, you can go with no friends, and you leave with people that you'll know for the rest of your life. It's just a small community of people, and I love that. I love that. I saw a snake yesterday in the woods. It was a yellow and black one. My ex looked it up, and apparently that's poisonous around here. It was up on a tree log, Virginia. It looked just like this. This yellow one right here, it looked just like that. It was curled up. It was a log that had come, a full tree that had fell. The roots of the tree had these little holes in it. And he was curled up, and I saw half of his body, and it was like the sun. So he was getting some sun on his little body. And we were walking through the woods down to the river. And if you've seen my live, then you've seen that there's a huge drop off. You have to kind of walk down a certain way to get down to that river, because it's 100 feet down. It's cliff. So we're walking down, and I see this, and we're standing on the edge of this cliff with this snake, eye level, okay? He didn't see us, but we could see his ass. We later get down, and my ex had asked me, do you think that thing's poisonous? And I said, no, probably not. Most of them ain't. Don't worry about it. We get back to the house, and he Googled it. Let's see. Let me find it. It's one in Virginia that they have been talking about. It's called, it's poisonous. They put out a warning here in Virginia. I'm trying to find it. Warning. They did. They put out a warning for it. Now I can't find nothing. Now I can't even find it. Anyways, it's not good from what he said. He looked it up and showed it to me, so maybe he can send me a picture, because I can't remember. But it was a yellow and black snake, and it said online that it was most definitely poisonous, and apparently the state of Virginia had put out a warning saying, be on the lookout for this fucking snake. It's not good. Terrified me. Terrified me. I was so scared. Oh my God, y'all. I left my bath bag at this motherfucker's house. Oh well. Well, there went. Damn, did I leave my Nike bag too? Jesus. This is what I'm saying. This is why I don't fuck with people, because people just get me so fucking stressed out. I don't know which way is up and down, and I be losing shit and shit that I can't afford to lose. Like soap and my loofah and my freaking razor and my toothbrush. That's what I was looking for, was my toothbrush. I normally have 3 or 4 running around here. For some reason, the past week, I have not been able to keep up with it. It must be my ADHD going off the charts. I don't know. Can't find it. Yeah, I left like my electric toothbrush. Like I'd put it in the spare bathroom and I left it in there. It is what it is. If I want to go back and get it, I can. I probably won't though. My car. Oh, that's what I was going to see. If my car will crank. Let's see if it'll crank. God, I hope it cranks. Oh, hey, Amy. Oh, I know who that is. Ain't that? Do I know you from the winery, Amy? Oh, it cranked. Let's see what my battery thing says. So usually right here it has a little volt thing. It says it's fine. See how that it's like closer to 19 than 9. I'll notice sometimes I'll crank it and it'll be all the way down at 9. That means I need a new battery. That means my battery is dying. That it's not keeping the volts up like it should. That means I need a new battery. And I knew that, but I haven't had time to do it or the money. And this is what I'm saying. I texted him and I said, hey, my battery is, I said, I'm literally broke down at McDonald's. My truck won't crank my battery. I have no gas and I'm not eating today. I got a quarter of a tank. I said, shit just keeps going from bad to worse. And I agree with you. I'm not going to fight with anybody since the last time I wasn't in a fight with anybody since the last time I was in a fight with you. So touche, motherfucker. I said, my battery is completely dead. And my phone keeps cutting off because it's hot. And that's what I'm saying. No reply. That tells you all you need to know. You have to listen to the signs, you know, you got to pay attention to them signs. And this is exactly why I've dated, I don't even know how many people, I've tried to date 2 or 3 people in the past, like, year, and none of them worked out, because people are not patient. Like, I'm not sleeping with you. I don't give a fuck. It's not happening. Not happening. Get a grip. There are way more important things in life, and things that I need to be concerned about other than that. I can promise you that. I got way more important shit to worry about than your sex life. Or the lack thereof. It's not my fault or responsibility. If you want something from me, you need to start acting like it. Like you care. These motherfuckers will tell you all the lies. I heard somebody say the other day that the reason that women will always wear makeup. Oh God, how did it go? It was so good. It said women will always wear makeup because of something and men will always lie. Damn it, I gotta find it, y'all. It's so good. Y'all know, maybe some of y'all have heard what I'm talking about. Yeah, bro, that's the way to go, wow, bro. It really is, because I'm telling you, if somebody is not out here putting in the effort that you are, you have to pay attention to that. That probably means that they feel like they're the main character, and it shouldn't be like that. Like, one person is not control of the relationship. It is a team effort. We are going in this at 100 at 100. So, yeah, I don't know. People are so self-centered nowadays, like selfish. Like, it's all about what they want. Like, I've literally been out here working, struggling in the heat, trying to just, like, do better. And I come to visit you, and you put me to work? And then I tell you that I'm broke down in your town 7 minutes from your house and you don't even text me back. But you want my body. You want to fuck me. You have to really be an idiot if you think I'm going to fall for that. I feel sorry for you. Yeah, you missed the first half. Wow, bro. Yeah. I've been out bush hogging, running heavy equipment for 2 days. I did it yesterday, and then I was going to start this morning, and we got in an argument, and he pissed me off so bad. I really got to thinking about things. I'm like, why am I out here bush hogging this man's backyard? Why am I out here carrying logs? Why am I out here in the heat when I've been struggling in the heat for 2 weeks at work? Like, why? Why am I doing this to myself? I really got to think about it. I'm an idiot. This is exactly what I did at the winery. This is exactly what I did in my last relationship. I jump into, that's codependency. That's codependency. I was taking care of his property because I felt obligated to in order to get my AC fixed on Wednesday. That's not healthy. I don't need that. I would rather die. I'm just being honest. At least I can say I died for something. Because rolling over and just taking it is not working. That's what I've did. That's what I've been doing my whole life. Every person that I've ever been with, it was in a codependent relationship, toxic, unhealthy. I'm so over it. And you know, he kept emphasizing, oh, you can sleep in my bed, you can sleep in my bed. I'm sure he did, whatever, okay? Like, I was expecting that. Any guy's gonna say that. Most, not all. There are some good men out there that wouldn't pressure me like that. They would have fucking gave me a milkshake and the TV remote and said, enjoy the AC for a little while, Brooke, bless your heart. We'll worry about it on Wednesday. And then Thursday we gonna party because it's 4th of July. No, it's not none of that. I show up and it's, oh, okay, well, let's go get some groceries so you can cook, okay? Because I did. And then let me put you out in the field with a piece of heavy fucking equipment, because he did, and then left me unsupervised. And then I get caught in fucking blackberry bushes, and I am screaming to the top of my lungs, help, Dave, where are you at? You left me unsupervised. I'm only 135 pounds. This fucking piece of equipment is way more than 300 pounds. Like, yeah, I'm just so fucking over people. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I know that's right. I was supposed to be in Virginia at a club auditioning. That was the whole point of coming, was to look for a job. And this son of a bitch has got me out bush hogging. I ain't doing it, Billy Goat. I want to see brush cutter. I want to see how much this son of a bitch weighs. So it looks like this. This is what I was out running on the side of a fucking mountain by myself. And when I say this brush is thick, y'all can go look. There's videos from yesterday. Y'all can go look. When I say this brush is thick, it is thick. It ain't like no regular lawnmower. And, I mean, it's a $5,300 piece of equipment that I'm operating. This ain't nothing to play with. And you're going to leave me out there day one unsupervised? And then get mad at me when I get hurt and caught up in some briars? And then gaslight me and send me text messages, don't scream at me like you screamed at so-and-so. Like, what are you talking about right now? Why am I fucking out here doing your yard work for free? You know how much they quote him to do that yard? To clear what he wants cleared? Oh, I'm not doing it. I left. I took the fuck off. I ran. I ran for the hills. Literally. Yeah, they would probably quote, I would say somewhere between 10 upwards to $50,000 to clear that land. Y'all don't understand what I'm dealing with out there. I'm talking about big logs, okay? That land has been setting since the war. Since the war, the Civil War. Nobody has owned that land since nobody has lived on that land since the Civil War. So it had to be cleared. And thank God there's not more trees than what there were. I mean, there's piles and piles of logs out there and stuff. And I don't know what I posted yesterday. I think I went live talking about it, but I also filmed some other stuff later in the afternoon, so I can't remember exactly what I posted. Like I said, my memory's pretty. Yeah. Yes, he bought the land with the money from the sale of the strip club that he used to own. He used to own a club in Winston. And we dated, and I helped with the club, and I was on drugs, and you know, I put up with a lot of stuff because I was relying on him for my addiction, and it was codependency at its finest. And he would start arguments on purpose to get me to leave the house so that he could do what he wanted to do. And there was a lot of cheating on his part. He cheated on me all the time, highly toxic and abusive. And you know, when I got clean, he was there for me. He took me to the doctor, and I mean, that's all he did. He took me to the doctor, and he paid for my doctor. He's never helped with my recovery. He has no empathy for recovery. He doesn't understand how recovery works. He doesn't understand how people, places, and things are huge for me. How him triggering me this morning, gaslighting me, is like huge. You know, he doesn't see it in it. It's just normal. Toxic shit is just normal. You just deal with it. It's just another day. At least you have, you know, Botox in your face, and, you know, you got, you know, your nails done and a tan, and you went on a trip last week. Like that's surface level shit. That's what I'm talking about. Stay away from people like that. Like, he has no empathy, understanding. His emotional intelligence, he has the emotional intelligence of a peanut. And I know this because every time I've come up here, there's other videos of me talking about the last time I saw him in DC. Every time it's the same thing. I can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. I can't keep expecting a different result around the same people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so, you know, I live out of my car full time. Look at this pile of clothes that I got right here. My car has never looked like that. Never. I got shit I need to be doing. I signed up for this damn class through Harvard. It's nothing major. It's more for just my own learning. But I want to do it. And it'll take a couple of days. And it'll take me investing maybe 5-6 hours a day to finish it. You know, I need to be doing laundry. I live out of my car. There's always something to be doing living out of your car. Always. And, but instead, you know, and I've been sitting in the heat. My AC is broke. So I was really struggling last week in Raleigh. I was about to die. I'm not lying, y'all. I had to get a hotel one night. I felt bad for spending money. So anyways, I've been going through it. You would think, with our history, if he cared about me, when I drove up Sunday night, you would think, instead of forcing me to get out of the house and go here and go there and do this and do that, you would think that if he cared about me, since I was fucking dehydrated and literally having health problems. I was having health problems so bad that I was trying to go to the doctor, but they cut my Medicaid off. I just found out. That's a whole nother story. So I didn't go to the doctor, but I definitely needed to see a doctor. No matter how much Gatorade I drink, it doesn't help. You can see that my lips are dry, and it's from the heat. So anyways, you would think that he would just hand me something to eat, and we could sit down and enjoy a TV show and go to bed early. And, you know, here's the thing about heat exhaustion. You know how, like, when you get sunburned at the beach, you know how long it takes you to feel good again? You know, like, when you're going home from the beach, you can feel it setting in, and you're like, oh, shit. And then you get home and you sleep. And you might sleep from early afternoon to the next damn morning. Like, heat exhaustion, sunburn, that stuff takes a toll on a person. And when you're sitting in that 24/7, that is not good for your health. It can absolutely kill you. People die from it all the time. Heat exhaustion, dehydration, malnutrition from not being able to eat from the heat. If you're not eating and sleeping because of the heat, that causes a lot of health problems. But no, he didn't offer to let me relax or anything, you know. It's just been go. And I understand that he's probably excited that I haven't been up in a while. He never sees anybody. He's tucked back in the woods. I get it. But, you know, I really did not want to be out there doing that. I do not feel like it at all. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I have shit to do. You know, this motherfucker's running around like my life is not on the brink of fucking disaster. That's another thing that I can't stand, is like, it's one thing to be positive, but it's a whole nother thing to be nonchalant and absolutely ignore a problem. And people that ignore problems, they piss me off, because I confront shit head on. I get it done. I handle it. I fix it. I deal with it. When you're not able to acknowledge a situation or a problem, that is a surface level person. If they're not able to talk to you, rationalize, and talk about things, then they're not very rational. They're surface level. They're not able to do that. If you feel like you're pulling turnips trying to talk to somebody during a conversation, they're not clicking on all cylinders. They're not all there. They probably genuinely don't know how to fucking communicate and talk things out. That's not my problem, though. And I can't put myself in a stressful fucking situation every day because this motherfucker is older than me and still hasn't figured out how to communicate properly or have empathy. That's huge. People that don't have empathy or understanding, that's a red flag. That's a psychopath. Bye, Chris. recharge social batteries. That's what I'm saying. I have to step away from people because they drain the life out of me. Like, where are all the normal people? Must be nice to live on the beach. I don't know. I just feel like I get taken advantage of a lot because I'm nice and I'm willing to do things. And I feel, here's the thing. The first night I slept on his couch because it was so hot, and that makes me feel guilty. I don't like that. So I slept in my truck last night because I don't like that. I feel like I'm giving up my freedom. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Y'all, you know what it is? It's because I'm dealing with shitty people. That's exactly what it is. Because I wouldn't feel this way if he was a good person. If I knew that he wasn't expecting something, I wouldn't feel like this. It's because he's expecting something that I feel like this. Do you get what I'm saying? But I know that. I knew that he was going to be like this. And I should have. It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. If I don't know, maybe I should have sent a text being like, hey, I'll come up there and see how you're doing and see what changes you've made. But I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not sleeping in the same bed. This is the same thing I've told him for the past 4 years. It's what I've told everybody for 4 years. Come talk to me. You can come back to my fucking face when you have something serious to talk about. How about that? When you want to hash things out, I'll be here. But if it ain't about that, I ain't got shit to talk about when it comes to my past, people from my past. We're supposed to make amends. We're supposed to go back to people that we've harmed, people that we've done wrong, and we're supposed to make good. But if those people are not capable of even talking about a situation, rationalizing a situation, what do? And then if they're going to hold grudges and try to fuck your life up and destroy you because they're still mad about you doing something or mad about whatever happened years ago, it's best to just cut that person out of your life. Because I'm telling you right now, people are vindictive, they're petty, they're manipulative, and most people want to watch you fucking fail. They want to see you suffer. They want to watch you fucking fail. It's a harsh reality of life. It sucks. I was talking to my manager at the strip club the other day. Beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. She used to dance. She's retired. She's a manager. She told me her daughter turned 21. That is a beautiful accomplishment for a mother in her predicament, being a single mother, to say that they raised their daughter and was able to support her, send her off to college, and take care of her. That is a huge accomplishment. Something that she told me during this conversation is, because I told her she should be proud of herself, because it's hard. She told me that everybody wanted her to fail. She said after she had her daughter and she brought her daughter home from the hospital, she said everybody wanted her to fail. She could tell that they wanted her to fail. They were planning on her failure. They were planning her life for her after her failure. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's fucked up. But I feel like, genuinely, a lot of people go through that. And it's usually the people that are closest to you that are doing it to you, saying things about you or being manipulative or manipulating you so that you're confused or gaslighting you. It's usually the people that are closest to you. Your family, your spouse. I've been in a great mood until I come up here. No one deserves my energy, my anger, and nobody deserves that at all. That's why I left. You know, something that's given me power recently is learning when to walk away, because, you know, when I was working at the winery, I was working at an event center, and my boss was an alcoholic, and I needed that job, and she paid very well. She pays well because she's overcompensating for her behavior. And, you know, I live out of my car, so I would stay on the property a lot. I'd park my car at the winery or behind my boss's house because the winery was adjacent to some family property. These people got generational wealth. I mean, it was just family member after family member, you know, down the road. And so I would stay over there a lot. And then, you know, a house set for her and watched her dogs, and I'd clean her house. And I don't know, it was codependency. But there came a point where I knew that she wasn't a good person, but I put myself in that situation to pay my bills. And I figured, well, at least from her, I won't have to worry about her sexually harassing me. But I knew it was bad from the start, and I put myself in the situation thinking that I could handle it, that I could separate myself from all the evil that was going on around me. And there came a point where I realized that I knew she was crazy, but I didn't know she was this crazy. She went into one of my jobs that I quit, drove over an hour drive to to a job I quit, to ask them why I quit. This is a boss of mine from one job driving to ask another job why I quit. It's crazy. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. And she told me she did this when she was drunk. She probably don't remember telling me, but and then she started telling me more personal things about why her kids weren't in her life. And I don't know, man. There came a point though where she would say things to get a rise out of me, and I could always tell the pattern. I'd picked up on her behavioral pattern, her drinking pattern, her schedule, and she would say things, and I don't know, it would be like when I quit my job, she says, "Oh, well, you probably quit because you couldn't handle the work." That's what the waitresses at the restaurant said. They said that you were lazy and couldn't handle the workload. And when I tell you guys that that's the farthest thing from the fucking truth, that it was so shocking that I couldn't even say anything. I had to just leave, and I grabbed my shit and I bounced. And that's my new life now. Like, when I don't know what to do, it's so fucking shocking that people will be that fucking bold to lie to me, thinking that I'm that dumb that I have to get out of the situation because I don't know what I'm going to do. It's appalling. But people are that fucking brazen nowadays. They will look you right in the face and tell you a bold-faced fucking lie and think that you are dumb enough to accept it. And that hurts me. That hurts my feelings so bad. Because I would never do anybody like that. I'm not like that. I'm not capable of being manipulative like that. There's been times that I wish I could be like that. I think about my life and the opportunities that people have offered me, and how I probably wouldn't be broke right now if I could just get over the fact, if I could just look at sex as something different than what I feel it is. You know what I mean? And I'm sure that there's been a lot of women that I've met in my life that were jealous of my position and who I was with or what I was doing. But I'm here to tell you that it has been no fucking fairy tale at all. My life has been nothing but chaos and struggle and pain and hurt and destruction since I was born. Since I was born. This motherfucker's done put me in such a bad mood. I hate these fucking type of people. I'm glad my truck cranked. Let's see if it'll crank again. Yay! Maybe I just needed to take that thing out. I don't know. I put it back in and it's not lighting up now. So maybe the outlet, something's going on with the outlet because I stuck it back in there and it's not lighting up anymore. I don't know, but at least it cranked. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm literally, I drove up to Virginia to see you, and then I get up here and get in an argument with you, and I go off and break down, and you don't even hit me up. But you care about me, and you want me to move in with you and build a life with you. Am I crazy? I gotta be crazy. I know I'm crazy. It's me. I'm crazy. Yeah. I had this guy that I met, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. He wanted me to move to Virginia with him and marry him. And I met him on a dating website or whatever. And for the most part, he seemed like a good guy. But there was an age gap there, and I wasn't necessarily attracted to him. I was attracted to his personality. But we would hang out on the weekends and stuff. I would come up to the mountains and visit, and we would chill. Then he bought me this diamond necklace. And I had told him this stupid story about a girl I knew at a bar. And I asked her one time why she kept getting married and divorced, and she told me that it wasn't her fault, that if men would stop sticking diamonds in her face, then she'd stop getting married, okay? She was one of them, okay? Full face fucking Botox, duck lips, the whole nine, okay? And married 3, 4, 5 times type of girl, okay? And so that's her investment. Marriage is a investment game to those type of women. And so anyways, I told him this story about how shallow she was. And he goes to the store and buys me a diamond necklace. And he says, well, I was hoping that you'd be a little like your friend. And so he had been hinting at marriage. And then he flat out asked me one day, he said, why are you so against marriage? Why are you against having kids? And I told him everything about my past and come clean about all my secrets. And he still wanted to get married. Sounds great, right? Sounds like a great guy. Wants to take care of me, wants to move in with him, wants to help me. That one thing that really attracted me to him was that he kept reiterating. He said, Brooke, you know you can have your own business. Brooke, you know you can have your own business. He was literally one of the most supportive people when it came to my future and what I wanted to do with my future, and even offered to help me pay for school. Great. Sounds like a great fucking guy. Why didn't I marry him? I found out, so I told him no. I declined, but I still wanted to date him. I still wanted to see where it would go. I just didn't want to get married that week, you know? And after, like, I don't even know, maybe 6 months of dating, so we split up. He declined to see me anymore because I didn't want to get married, and I wasn't open to the idea right then and there. The last time I talked to him was, I don't even know, a few months later. It wasn't even maybe 2, 3, 4 months later. I texted him to check on him. Apparently, he had another girl move in. They had done gotten married, and she had a baby. I was under the impression that the baby is his. He never confirmed or denied. That really made me feel some type of way, like, why not say, oh yeah, her kid from a previous marriage or kid from a previous relationship. He never said that. He said his son. His exact text message said his son. So I'm going to take that as you were seeing this bitch while me and you were together, and you had her lined up behind me the whole time. I was the first option. That didn't work out, so you went with plan B. I would later find out that that was true. I don't know if it's his son, but yeah, he was seeing her the whole time behind my back. So that was the man that wanted to marry me. Winner, chicken dinner. Oh, and by the way, his wife died under mysterious circumstances. He sold their home in Charlotte and moved to the mountains of Virginia. Got rid of every single trace of his past life. I don't know. I don't think he's a bad guy. He was some CEO of some huge company in Charlotte. I don't know. I most definitely think that he was trying to manipulate me with money. He was trying to set the scene. He wanted me to be stuck in the mountains up there in his little house all the time. I've been through that. That's literally what I've been dealing with my whole life. I'm not going back to that. I have my own life now, and I'm going to live it. I cannot believe I was out there running that equipment. I'm still like, what the hell am I thinking? Y'all, what if I would have got hurt? I would have been so screwed. I wouldn't be able to make any money to pay my bills. Like, what am I thinking running heavy equipment? Look. I was out there from like 8 o'clock in the morning until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Look at this fucking equipment. Why can't you? My phone, I gotta get a new phone, y'all. This phone, I did unload, I unloaded YouTube and then re-downloaded it back, and my phone fixed. There was something going on with my phone. I don't know how to explain it, but it fixed it. Thank God. Look at this big ass piece of equipment that I was driving around. I was going to post this for you guys, but I was actually going to re-video it today because I didn't like how my body looked in the video. And that's not a lawnmower. That's actually what they called a bush cutter. It can cut like small trees and all kinds of stuff. But if you hit a stump or anything that's big, that thing can hurt you. You see me struggling? I mean, I'm getting it, but I'm struggling. That thing's heavy as shit. This is what I did yesterday. After I was fucking exhausted from last week and struggling with fucking health problems Sunday night, I get up Monday morning and get out here and do this dumb shit. What the fuck is wrong with me? Look at all that I just cleared. I cleared that whole spot. The fucking sticky briars. When you drive that thing by, when you go to pass by, the sticky briars from the trees, yoke your ass up. Okay, that's all I know. It hurts. It hurts so bad. I'm all cut up. My hands, my legs, I'm all cut to hell. Why am I out here doing this for this man? I mean, he's not paying my truck payment. He's not paying me any money. He's not giving me shit. For what? AC? Fuck that. What is wrong with me? No. Not when I have real shit to be doing, like looking for fucking work. I tried to give up my job. He would never let me work. He didn't want me to work. Most people that I've dated didn't want me working. It's a way that I've learned that they assert power and control. And I'll never do that again. I will work till the day I die. And matter of fact, I'm going to be a business owner in the next 5 years. I don't give a fuck. So everybody get out my way. Brooke coming through. I'm going to need that loan, you know. So my bank has already pre-approved me for a loan for a business. The issue is drawing up the business plan, going back in there. And, you know, here, the stress, I'm just scared that I won't succeed. I would like to find something that I know that I'll be good at, and I would actually like to do it out of my own pocket so that I don't have to rely on anybody else and owe anybody anything, because the great thing about my life is I have zero debt. The only debt I have is this truck. You know, I have a truck payment, so that is debt. That is considered debt. That is not an asset. That's debt. But, you know, like, I would still like to do it on my own dime. And I had this little side business going back last summer where I was buying, refurbishing, and reselling furniture, and that was going great. I was selling a piece or two every week, and high-end pieces. It wasn't like cheap stuff. It was like dressers and armoires and stuff like that, and it was going great. And then I left my abuser. Got kicked out of my house, actually. So he evicted me because I went to sleep with him. This is not the first time. He's done this dozens of times in the past. He's weaponized the court system against me, and that's why I left, because I'm like, listen, this was cute when I was 17. It was cute when I was 19. It ain't cute no more. I got to go. You can have this toxic shit. I'll see you on the other side. No, I won't, actually, because your ass is going to hell. But good luck. Good luck. And that was the last time I saw him. But I had to leave all of my furniture, all of my stuff. A lot of my stuff he kept. And it is what it is. You know, I have receipts for that. I can file a civil suit against him, which I plan to do later on down the road. But, you know, it's just, life is hard. Life is hard. It can be. It can be very hard. And I'm not going back to any situation like that. I was really hoping that this motherfucker was like, I don't know what I expect. I think it's because I do so much changing. Like, my behavior is so different, like, than what it used to be. I think it's that I do so much changing that I actually get convinced that people are out here focused on changing and they're working on them, and maybe they learn from their past mistakes like I have. But unfortunately, statistically speaking, that's just not the case. We know that's not the case. We know for a fact that's not the case. People are getting dumber. But I would like to think that everybody I know is out here working on becoming a better person. I would like to think that. I have a lot of faith. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people care about what other people think a lot too. Like outward appearances, you know what I mean? And that's not good. I don't want to be with anybody that cares more about what society thinks than what I think. I should be the only person that you care who thinks what. You know what I mean? Like, we are the only two in this bubble. This is a circle of trust. It's you and me. Like, what is this? Why do you care what everybody else thinks? Not y'all, but just like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, when I got here Sunday night, the first thing he wanted to do was go show me off this fucking family. I just drove 4 hours. I've been in the heat for 3 weeks, literally dying. I'm having health issues because I'm so dehydrated. And you want me to go see who? On a Sunday night at what time? 8 o'clock? That's what I'm saying. Pay attention to the way people treat you. Their actions are going to tell you who they are and how they feel about you. It's been perfectly clear that my well-being and what's in the best interest of me is not important. I don't know. And I understand that he makes enough money, he doesn't have to stress about anything. But that's never benefited me, so why do I care? Like, I still have shit to get done. So if you don't mind, I need to do that. Like, I don't know. Some people are just so selfish. They don't think about the bigger picture, you know? And I'd already mentioned several times, like, I have responsibilities. I got shit I got to do. And that just gets washed over. It's almost like he thought that I was just going to come there and, like, move in. That's what he thought. That's exactly what he thought. Like, what the fuck? I might have did that when I was 27 or 28, but, like, bro, it's 10 years later. Wake the fuck up. We passed that shit. I ain't moving in with no fucking body until I get a ring on this hand. How about that? How about that? Okay? Because of you. Just because of you. Just because of you. I wasn't even going to take it that far. I was going to say, damn, if somebody has some respect for me and they like my home cooking and they think I'm good at laundry, might have a relationship going there. But no, I got to take it as far as saying, oh, well, I'm not moving in or having sex with anybody till I get married. That's sad. It's because of respect. I'm not the same person that I was 10 years ago, and nobody is. Some people are. I guess some people are. I take that back. Some people are, right? Some people are the same person they was 10 years ago. God, I hope I never stop thinking. I hope I never stop growing. I hope I never stop, like, seriously contemplating things and looking at things for the way that they are. Like, I am a whole different person than who I was when I was strung out on drugs. I can promise you that. And here's the thing. I get around people and they aggravate me so bad I can't even stand around them long enough to show them who I am now. Because they fucking annoy me so bad. The dumb shit that they do and say. The self-centeredness. The lack of respect. The lack of logical. Like, being logical. Thinking about things logically. I'm out here struggling. Fighting tooth and nail to feed my fucking self. And all you care about is your fucking front yard. The audacity. You want to show me off to your fucking family? You want to fornicate with me? You want me to sleep in your bed? That's wives' moves. That's marriage. That's marriage behavior, sir. That's marriage behavior. I wouldn't marry him in a heartbeat. I'd never marry that motherfucker. That's another thing. Like, why am I here? This is what I'm saying when I say I do it to myself. Because when I look at the bigger picture, I would never marry him. Because I know who he is. I know what he's capable of. I know what type of person he is. I know what he values in life. He tried to gaslight me yesterday when we were talking about his new house. He said, see, I took your advice. He said, part of the reason that I bought this place up here was because of you. See, this is the thing. When you walk away from that shit and you get time to regroup and then you go back, you can see the gaslighting. You can see the manipulation. You can see how you fell for it the first time. And I've been able to do this the past 3 times I've seen him. I'm like, oh, God, that would have fucking worked on me back in 2016. And it did. And the next thing you know, we're fucking fist fighting in a 3-car garage in a $1 million neighborhood trying to shoot each other. True story. That's not love. He had a pickaxe. I had a gun. It was an aerosol. But I shot that motherfucker and he thought it was real. Yo, we used to fight. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going back to that. I am not going back to that. Motherfucker had been at the strip club for 3 days doing cocaine. Okay? Let me tell you why I was angry. Because I'd been cooking. I'd cook rice. I'd cook homemade cornbread. I cooked beef stew. I've been sitting there waiting on that son of a bitch for 2 days. He's at the club, coked out of his fucking mind, asking me if I can come get his ass in the snow. How about no? Nope. I ain't doing it. Good luck, sir. Good luck. Good luck. Coming home through the fucking mountains in the snow. When he finally made it home, I was pissed. And we had words. And the next thing you know, I don't even know what happened. I don't even know. He used to, like, you know? And then I'd, like, you know, don't come at me, like, because I'm going to think you're about to attack me. So, yeah, we used to fight. And all I know is he had a pickaxe, like, for ice or something. And he was on one side of the garage or something. Or I don't remember. No, I feel like he was, like, running at me, or he had it in his hand. And I pulled that little airsoft out. And I let off like 3 or 4 pops in the kitchen, and his ass went running through the fucking garage. I go outside, chasing him some more, popping off the little aerosol bullets, the little BBs, hitting the cars. And he's thinking that it's gunfire. Oh, God. Good times. Cops showed up. Yeah, good times. I had like 3 minutes to pack all of my shit to get the fuck out. good times. I'm not going through that again, and I told him that. I said, listen, that shit that happened 10 years ago, 2016, I said, I don't live like that anymore. I said, I don't give people the power to be able to kick me out and tell me what I am and ain't gonna do just to have a roof over my head. I said, I ain't going for that. Point blank period. I ain't doing it. I ain't kissing your ass. I ain't stroking your ego. If we were going to do this, it was because we were going to do this because we were in love. And the way to get me to love you is by you loving me. It's as simple as that. Simple. So fucking simple. But people are that stupid. So, you know, if I'm not going to beg anybody to love me. Either you don't or you do. And I think that he does. I think that he's in love with the idea of having somebody. Does that make sense? Because he's lonely. The girl that he was with before me, God rest her soul, she committed suicide in our $1 million house before I met him. So he's been through a lot. And some might say that a lot of it was his own fault. But same here. So, you know, life is what it is. She did. She had 2 children. And they were raising these children together. They were from a previous relationship. She went into the club, was looking for employment, and she met the owner. Now, this was years before I would meet him. They were, you know, he was older than her, but I think that they were a little closer in age than me and him were. But he was in D.C. for work because he worked for the government up there, and he also owned the club, and he come home and found her body. She had hung herself, and I mean, it's horrific. It's heartbreaking. It upsets me, and I didn't even know her. I seen her pictures. I know of her, and I used to keep her pictures all around his house, and anytime I would clean up like the attic or the basement or whatever, I would find pictures of her and his kids and all of their kids together, and I would always take those pictures and frame them and put them in the house. Like, it's got to be rough. But you would think that somebody would look at that situation and say, hey, what happened here? What went wrong? How did my actions impact this woman's life? Did I have anything to do with this? Did I contribute to her sadness? Did I contribute to anything that she was going through? Like, you know, that's what a normal person would do. They would kind of internalize it a little bit and evaluate why this woman did this, especially when you are the immediate partner of somebody who does that. That's what you're going to, most people would go through the process of grieving. And that's going to involve this, what I'm talking about. But some people don't. They don't look at their actions. They're not aware of their actions. They're not in control of themselves. They don't even have inner fucking monologue guiding them through life. That's scary. If you ain't got inner monologue, how are you getting by? If I didn't have my third voice inside, my soul, I don't know what to call it, my conscience, I would be screwed. Like, and to find out some people don't have that inside voice is scary for me. But some people are just not aware. It's just, you know, I think I'm neurodivergent. You know what that is? Like the neurodivergent. It's where things are different. They come at you different. You think about things different. Like emotionally. But yeah, it's really sad to think about that woman passing away, and I feel horrible for him. But what I'm not going to do is put myself in the situation to be victim number 2, because I've been there, and I know psychologically speaking what he's capable of. And I honestly don't even think, you know, I wonder if some people even realize what they're doing, or they just, it's just like second nature to them. I really do. I think some people, it's second nature, the way that they are able to manipulate and coerce and con others. I think that it is second nature to some people, because that's all that they've ever known. When you grow up around people manipulating, you think it's okay to manipulate others, to be conniving and you know, mislead people. And so you behave that way. And I think that some people, it's second nature for them. They don't know how to be an honest person. They don't know how to keep it real or be vulnerable or have serious conversations. And that's scary. Stay away from people like that. I'm about to hopefully crank my truck again and head to Planet Fitness. I'm going to shower. I haven't even had a shower today. I haven't brushed my teeth. That's what I'm saying. Like, this man has disrupted my whole fucking day. And actually my whole week, because I was supposed to go into Richmond yesterday for work. I was going to audition at a club. I mean, I can do it today. Hopefully, now that my truck's cranking. Thank God. Y'all, when I tell you that I was like literally crying. I was like, how can it get this bad? Like, I really don't have the $80 to spend to get jumped off again. I just did that 3 weeks ago. I need a new battery. But yeah, you know, I came to enjoy myself, to relax, to enjoy the AC, to eat good food, to fucking relax. I didn't come here to fucking bust my ass for somebody who doesn't even give a fuck if I'm broke down on the side of the road. I said, and this is why I'm celibate, and I plan to stay that way. So no thank you. I said, my truck is all I have and it's my home because I can't trust anybody. And I said, nobody out here is even willing to do the bare minimum in a relationship anymore. Everyone wants to fuck me, but nobody wants to give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? I said, that's why I'm celibate and plan to stay that way. So no thank you. I don't want to have to sleep with anyone for AC. I would rather die than give my body to someone who cares more about their yard than my well-being. I'm tired and stressed. I'm literally broke down at McDonald's and my truck won't crank. My battery. I have no gas and I've not eaten today. Shit keeps going from bad to worse, and I agree with you. I'm not going to fight with anybody since the last time I was in a fight was with you. The last time I saw him 3 months ago. I said, so touche, motherfucker. My battery is completely dead. I don't have the $80 to call the tow truck, and my phone keeps cutting off because it's so hot. Thank you so much. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I said, did it ever occur to you that I might be exhausted, tired, 2 seconds away from a fucking heat stroke because I haven't slept for a week straight because I haven't had AC? I said, I'm so fucking exhausted. I said, my GPS won't even fucking work because my phone keeps cutting off from the heat. I said, this is exactly what I'm talking about. But your nerves are shot. That's what he kept saying. My nerves are shot. My nerves are shot. My nerves are shot. How would your nerves be if you knew that you had to go sleep in your Jeep tonight with no AC and $13 to your name? How would your nerves be then, sir? Just let me know. You know, and the fact is that he don't respond because he knows I'm fucking right. He knows I'm fucking right, but his pride gets in the way, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I was hoping he'd let go of, his pride. Why can't you say, sorry, Brooke, you were out in a blueberry bush, and I should have been out here supervising this because that's a big piece of equipment, and it's a lot for a little old girl who's already fucking exhausted. No, you'll never get that. I said, I'm fucking homeless, in the heat, hungry right now, but your nerves are shot? It's unbelievable to me how some people will never change. Once again, it's all about you and your fucking yard. So if y'all ever wonder why I'm single, it's because I just want to fucking relax. I just want to fucking relax. Some ice cream. I'm too old for this stress. I can no longer handle the grumpiness of the world. I will still help on your AC if you want then. I really, really do want to see good things for you. I knew deep down there's a person that deserves it. Deep down. See what I'm saying? Gaslighting. That's words of manipulation. So I'm not a good person because I left him this morning. And this is what the psychologist was talking about the other day. She broke it all down. She said that the narcissist will come at you. They will do something to you to upset you emotionally. They will do something. This is a mental abuse, y'all. When people come at you and they try to gaslight you into feeling like you're the fucking problem when they've done something to you, that is absolutely narcissism and gaslighting in a nutshell. That's what it is. This motherfucker leaves me unsupervised, out in the fucking heat, running heavy equipment. I get stuck in a blueberry bush with thorns in my back. I start screaming, help. Where you at? Help. So when he gets there, of course I have an attitude. Of course, when he finally gets there 20 minutes later, 10 minutes later, yes, I have an attitude. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I had to get away because the motherfucker texted me and said, don't yell at me. I'm not so-and-so. Gaslighting me, trying to start an argument, you know? So no, this is what you wanted. You wanted an argument. You absolutely wanted me to leave. Otherwise, you could have behaved like you wanted me to stay. You fucked up. Well, this is what I'm saying. I don't understand why people can't take responsibility for their actions. It's pitiful. And if you don't, you're going to end up like him, out in the woods, in a trailer. This is about 10 people I know that are in his exact situation, living on a farm in the middle of nowhere, with nobody to come visit, kids that don't want to see him. There's a reason for that everybody that comes ends up running. Everybody's like, why don't you move in with somebody? This is why, because I don't want to feel like this every day. And it would absolutely be like this. It always has been. It always has been. Any freedom that I think I have, the happiness of that freedom will be smashed away by the reality of the abuse that I will have to endure every single day. I'm not allowed to be happy. You're not allowed to be happy when you're with somebody who wants you unhappy. You know, a lot of people don't want you, but they also don't want nobody to have you. Surface level people. Yo, I look like a ragamuffin. This thing, first of all, I think it's inside out. Second of all, it's dirty as hell because I was out bush hogging. Third of all, I am cut the hell up. My legs, my arms. I'm a dancer. I'm not a landscaper anymore. At least not this week. Maybe next week we'll go back to it. But I'm seriously about to get the hell up out of here. That's so sad, Eric. That's rough. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. I want to be around like-minded people, Lori. I hope I'm saying that right. I want to be around like-minded people who are focused on positive things. You know, yeah, being around people who just want to use, and they never think about where you're at and what you're doing. Like that's what I'm saying. Anytime I've ever been with my ex, it was always about what he wanted to do, where he wanted to go, what the plan was for him that day. You know, and I always abided and did what he wanted because he was the breadwinner and he supported me. I'm not going back to that. I was miserable. I wanted to die. I tried to kill myself with heroin. And what's even more fucked up is that these people are so selfish that they would be willing to risk me relapsing and dying on drugs for their own sick perversion than just let me live a normal fucking life. They would be they want me, and but they don't want to do the bare minimum of a relationship. They just want me there to show me off during family events, fuck me, and that's it. Cook for them, clean their house, because I was always very domesticated. And I'm not going back to that. You got to bring something to the fucking table. I know I ain't got nothing to bring. What I do have to bring is my fucking loyalty. I never cheated on anybody I've been with, ever. I've never fucked anybody over. What I am bringing to the table is my fucking intrinsic value and my fucking, my heart, like, my spirit. Like, not everybody, I'm not trying to be funny and say, oh, not everybody's like me, but they're not. I'm fucking real. I can't help it. And it's caused me so many problems in my life. And, there's not too many real fucking people out here anymore that actually genuinely give a fuck about everybody, even if they don't know them. A bunch of cold-hearted, heartless people out here. And I'll be damned if I'm going to waste my time on somebody who can't even emotionally connect with me. That's the fucking bare minimum. Serious conversations about real life shit, the future. We should be talking about this. I was with that man over 6 years and we not once ever had a talk about finances. Not once. That's how you know you're in a surface level relationship. That's one of the, it's just as bad as being in a polyamorous relationship, or it's just as bad as selling my body for money. It's just as bad. I'm with somebody who is using and abusing me, and I stay in that situation because I think that it's better, and I think that I'm better off having a roof and food in my belly. That's the same thing as selling your body. Allowing someone to harm you to eat. I just can't go back to that. I'm really upset with myself for driving up here. Like, my car wouldn't crank earlier, my phone wouldn't start, and then I texted him, and he didn't even text me back. And that shows you right there what type of person he is. Like, you're the one that invited me up here. But here's the thing, I did yesterday, I worked clearing this land, running this equipment. You would think at the very least he could come get me a battery for all the work I did yesterday, right? I haven't asked him for a dime. The only thing he's bought me is a fucking coffee. Maybe some yogurt. I think he got me some yogurt. He went and got groceries because, of course, he wanted me to cook for him. So, yeah, it is. And that's what makes it hard is like the money aspect, knowing that I could have my AC fixed, knowing that, I wouldn't have to struggle if I could just conform. And I struggle with that. Like, I debate. I've literally wanted to be evil before. I've wanted to operate like everybody else. because I feel like life would be easier. And that's fucked up. To wish that you could be a grimy person. I wish that I had the capability, like other people, to just take what I wanted and not give a fuck about others. I wish I could, honestly. And I battle with the angel and demon on my shoulder. I was really hoping that I was going to come up here and he was going to say, oh my God, I've missed you. I realized that I was bad to you. I realized that I put you through so much. You know, that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. He'll never be the person that I need him to be, because his motives are not pure. His motives are evil. It's for gain, you know. I mean, I really don't think that it would matter who it was, as long as he just had somebody with him here. He's lonely. He's getting at that age, late 50s, if not early 60s. He might be 61 now. I don't know. But he's getting at that age where he's he's like, I need somebody. I want somebody. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Lori, also. Oh, yeah, financial abuse. Whoo, girl. I've been through it. I've been fucking through it. I've had bank accounts froze. I've had lawsuits against me from my abusers. I've been through it, man. I've had people blackmail me. I've had people buy me cars and then blackmail me, trying to get me into sex trafficking. I've had people force me into stripping. I've been through it. Financial abuse is one of the worst abuses, because people are almost willing to do anything just to be able to eat and survive, you know? And if you've never been through that, it's really hard to understand. It's really hard to understand. And I understand that, but financial abuse has long-term effects, because it makes you live in a constant state of fear no matter who you're with later on down the road, especially if there's any finances involved. And like I said, most people that I dated didn't want me working. And, that takes away your financial freedom now. You don't have the money to leave if you wanted to. What do? You're stuck. There are no shelters. Women's houses, what is that? Good luck with that. Let me know in 6 years if they got through the list to your name. A decision hurts doesn't mean it's the wrong one. Yeah. I'm just genuinely shocked that my car went and cranked, and I texted him and told him that it was the battery and that I was stranded over here, and he didn't even ask if he could come jump me off. But you want me to go run heavy equipment and clean off your fucking land? What benefit is that of mine? My house, my name's not on that house. My name's not on that land. That's what I'm saying. He's wanting wife shit for girlfriend pay. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing that anymore. I've already did that multiple times. I'm sick of doing that. That's part of the reason I'm in a car now. I gave all of my money to somebody and they stole it. They stole my house. I had to sell a different house because I was worried that he was going to take the house. Like, I've been through so much, and I'm not getting trapped back in another situation like that. Here's where I'm at. I was actually going to stay up here and try to go work in Richmond and see if I couldn't earn money and drive back and forth and at least just stay in his driveway. I was willing to start from the bottom, start the foundation of trust, the circle of trust over. We got to start from scratch. But he can't even make it that far. He's so fucking impatient, he can't even shut up about sex. Like, or not really sex, but me sleeping in the same bed with him. Like, bro, like, I'm so old-fashioned. Like, I really am. Like, I'm trying to meet somebody. We gonna talk for maybe a month, and then we'll go on a date. And then, if the date goes good, then we can have another date in a week. And then if that date goes good, then we can see each other, I don't know, maybe go on a date, have date night 2-3 times a week. After a few 3-4 months, if we're comfortable with each other, we can maybe have like sleepovers with each other. But like, and I'm not even talking about sex involved. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why we're so obsessed with shit that don't fucking matter. That shit, your dick ain't even gonna work in 20 years. It's not gonna work. Your vagina is not gonna get wet in 20 years. Like, why are we so obsessed with shit that it's not gonna matter? We need to be worried about who's gonna wipe your ass in 20 years when you can't walk. Like, who's gonna take care of you if something happens and you go blind? That's what's important. How have we fallen so far? And I felt right damn dab middle in the damn eye of the storm. Did I not? Right in the damn middle of the storm. Ugh. People aggravate me so bad. That's what I'm saying there. I'm broke down. My phone don't work because it's hot. But your nerves are shot. Ugh. Can't make this shit up. He wouldn't last a day in my shoes. Not a fucking day. He wouldn't even know what to do. He'd be crying. Every man I've ever dated, though, that's the truth. They've all been kind of like city boys, you know? And, not all, but I would say my last 2 or 3 boyfriends, my last 2 serious relationships, they were city boys. They were, what do they call that? Metrosexual, where they like, you know, they do skincare and hair dye, and they like care about their looks ultra hard. There's a lot of upcoming generation that's like that. They more women than I am, but they identify as men. I mean, it's crazy. Like, we got pretty boys out here nowadays, you know? But there's nothing wrong with that. But I will say that it's a different type of relationship with people from the city as opposed to people from the country. It's a different type of relationship, in my opinion. Not all, but like, I don't know how to explain it. When I dated like those city pretty boys, they all didn't want me to work. They all wanted complete control over my life, want to know where I was going. Some put trackers on my car. It was financial abuse at its finest. When I dated a guy one time that did HVAC. Great guy, Tony. I think he's deceased now. I know his brother, Mark Wakefield, is. I don't know if Tony's still alive, but Tony, if you're still alive, I love you. I hope you're doing well. But he was literally like my first love, one of my first loves, and he's a good old country boy who did HVAC. And I'm going to tell you right now, that man would have killed somebody for me. Would have murdered somebody for me. Would have killed a motherfucker for me. And he loved me. I know for a fact he loved me. I can't say that about any city boy I've ever dated. That tells you a lot about the difference in culture and the way they're raised. And I don't know. I'm not saying all. I'm just saying the ones I've been exposed to. Every time I've met a city boy, a man with money, it's been nothing but heartache and abuse and bullshit. Getting cheated on. I just got to put up with it, because if I don't put up with the cheating, then I'm going to be homeless. You know? So you just put up with the cheating and shut your mouth and learn to be pretty. Girl, you preaching. Preach. Yes. I'm not buying you cigarettes because you won't do this, or you didn't do that, or no, you don't deserve it, or, and here's the thing, when you don't have your fucking cigarettes, you're going to lose your fucking mind. Listen, I'm a nicotine smoker, and let me tell you right now, the first thing I reach for when I wake up in the middle of the night, it sleeps with me. I have a nicotine problem. I used to smoke 2 packs of Marlboro Lights a day. I switched to this. This is a little cheaper. I do feel better. I wish I could quit this. I've had people do that to me, not buy me cigarettes because they were trying to hurt me, because I did something wrong, and they were trying to use it as a manipulation tactic. And when you don't have your cigarette, it's going to make you even angrier. Like, I don't know about you, but I mean, of course I would cry and be screaming, you know? So I was like angry and sad, but like that's literally cold-hearted to have someone that like smokes, or when I was on drugs, I would have this same ex, the one that I came to see, he would start arguments and refuse to give me money, and I'd be sick. He would start arguments to kick me out of the house, and then he would prevent me from having any money to be able to go see my guy so that I wouldn't be sick. And he would do that to his advantage, to hurt me, because things wasn't going his way, or he thought that I'd punished him because I'd set a boundary. That's another thing that psychologist was talking about the other day. She said that narcissists will make it seem like they're the victim by saying that you punished them because you tried to set a boundary. So like me today, when he started yelling at me and telling me that I, yelled at him or whatever, I got out of there. I just left. Now he can say, I'm sure he'll tell his family that I was a bitch to him. Okay, that I got stuck by myself out in the blueberry fishes of my own accord, and that I was mad at him and I took off, and I'm punishing him because he didn't find me in the blueberry bush fast enough. Do you get what I'm saying? Are you catching on to what I'm saying? Because I know I'm not making a lot of sense. But he's going to go to his family and tell that story because that's how he feels. So he's going to use it to his advantage because that's what narcissists do. He's going to try to mold that story into anything that'll benefit him and make me the bad guy. Like, I punished him. I mean, and honestly, I wanted the bare minimum. If you hear me screaming, come help me. I don't care if you're on a business call. Like, literally, come help me. What if that piece of equipment would have been rolled over on me? Think about that, because you can go back and watch the live. I was screaming at the top of my freaking lungs. The trailer is only 40 feet away. There's no way that he did not hear me. Go and watch it. I'm just saying.